I'm Stephen James and I'm a senior leader at Sandgate Primary School. I'm also a specialist leader of education as well as a maths specialist. I grew up in actually Cardiff. It was actually quite a rough council estate in Cardiff. That's when I kind of had that urge, that kind of need to join and serve my country. I was selected for the intelligence corps, did my training, and then went to 2 tours of Afghanistan.
My name's Emmet Arden and I'm an innovation consultant for BT. My day job entails looking at particularly tech that is going to help with assisted living. I look at the latest innovations across industries such as health, agriculture and connected home, and you know, this could be stuff that helps your grandparents or ultimately us when we're living alone. In the Royal Navy I was a communications specialist and it awoken my interest in the tech industry, and this is something that I've carried with me throughout my career since leaving the forces.
I don't think this country's actually reconciled quite what it means to be a veteran. Either you're mad, bad and sad, you've got PTSD, you have relationship breakdowns everywhere, you're homeless, or you're a hero. We should all kind of bow down when you walk in the room.
The issue about mental health, people coming out of the military with mental health problems, is very, very small. So all this business about mad, bad and sad, that's wrong. Between 3 and 4% of the population have PTSD at any one time, and equally in the military it's about 4%. So veterans aren't that different to a civilian population, and they come with a lot of advantage in relation to their background and training.
Well, you're statistically less likely to be homeless if you serve than if you haven't, and that obviously is something that you probably wouldn't read in the newspapers.
Morning. Morning, Mr. James.
Today we're going to be thinking about something really important, a really important skill, which is resilience. There are a lot of myths, there are a lot of stigmas around employing ex-military, and it was something that I was slightly concerned about when I left. India is actually here. It's your job to kind of overturn that impression of people. And if I look at this school that we're at now, we employ, got myself and plus 2 others who are ex-military. And you know, as soon as you kind of get your foot in the door, you change that mindset that, you know, we are going to add value to your organisation.
About 14,500 people become a veteran every year. I mean, that's a lot of people, isn't it? You know, these are young men and young women who have committed themselves to service. They've bought into a culture and an ethos which is not about them, it's about their team. It's about achieving a task, it's about common goals and common values. They bring some discipline to it.
I think, interestingly, if you're looking at it from an employer's perspective, when it comes to being in the military, you learn a very big range of skills, how to deploy those skills at short notice in a very short space of time. I think business groups like ourselves have a responsibility to talk about what those skills are. There's a lot of different roles and responsibilities for pushing that agenda forward, and it doesn't just begin and end with what the government can do.
We look at each candidate as an individual and look at those skills that we could quickly adapt to education and to our primary school. And Stephen was a perfect candidate of that. He had no experience of education, but he quickly adapted to our policies and procedures and has become an outstanding teacher.
I'm about to introduce you to a double robot.
What we identified in Emma, she's not afraid of a challenge, very good at building relationships, so she's very good at engaging people and getting people on board with what she wants to achieve.
Emotionally, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm really enjoying my job role. I feel like, you know, I'm learning every day.
Perhaps part of the challenge is talking about all those things that the people bring into society. You know, look beyond the uniform and the TV images of people in Afghanistan and Iraq to underneath it. What skills do they really hold and what qualifications have they got underneath? That's the person who's going to go and make a contribution back into society. I would put more emphasis back into making it much more of a transformational experience than perhaps it is at the moment. The training system in the armed services, whether you're Army, Navy or Air Force, it should be the envy of any organisation. You are trained for every job you do, without fail. And that's what you'd be investing in. It's an investment. You're investing in these people, and they will contribute hugely to your organisation.